Okay, so here we are, right? This is where we left off, right? The last thing that we did was on June 18, right? We received our coffee. We validated, right? We updated our purchase order saying that we did receive the coffee. And that was our last transaction here. So from what I remember on Thursday, we should have went all the way to the point where we filled out our inventory worksheet, which right here we have, okay, completely. We have our ledger already updated, so therefore we could go ahead and continue on forth. So let's go ahead and do the next transaction here. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead. Oh, we're here. Sorry. So here we got to do another purchase order. So what do we do here?
Things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
First,
looking
we're going to
for
go to purchase order. And make sure we issue the purchase order for the 18th. All things, help me out.
There you go.
Okay.
All
And then
things ceramics, good.
ceramics. And then I'm for the items, I'm just putting 80 mugs. I'm gonna go a little more and put at the 246 piece.
Okay.
And the estimated amount of 196.80. And then, seeing we haven't had a bill yet, I'm not going to put it in the secondary ledger.
Good. Okay. Now, do we need to journalize this transaction?
No.
No, because all we're doing is we're simply requesting an order. Okay, we haven't received the items yet. We haven't received a bill yet. So no transaction has been done. So we can go ahead. Now that we updated our purchase orders, what is next?
Our sales guy's been working.
Mm-hmm.
So Albert submits an order for a corner bookstore.
Okay.
Order number. So I'm not sure if we go ledger first because we didn't get a PO from him. We gave him terms.
Okay.
Or does the order number count?
you like a little help.
Of course.
Okay, on this one here, um, he submitted the order. Okay, so what I did was I went to where the commissions are and I filled in the information there just so I would have it. But this is just an order that was submitted.
But do we have to journalize it because we got delivered by in 2 days?
But that was the key thing here. Did we deliver it yet?
No.
So the service has not been done. So just like the purchase order, right? All we did was requested for things that we purchased, right? In this case, someone's purchasing from us, but they're just requesting it. We haven't delivered it to them yet, nor have we billed them yet. So in this case, Alan is correct. We're going to go to commissions because in this case, this is a potential sale that could be made, right? Things that we need to expect is that. So then that means we need to make sure that Albert does his job by making sure that he delivers to this person, or and then that he's going to deliver for this amount. So in this case, the only information is who are you expected to sell us to? The corner bookstore.
And
Okay.
invoice 102.
Invoice 102. Well, we haven't established that yet, but as you go down further on, you will find
Oh
that.
yeah, I have it filled in because I already got that far. I'm sorry.
No worries. The corner bookstore.
And then 127.75 in the sales amount.
Yes, because that's what the potential amount is due, right? Because in this case, this is what we're charging him, right? But if you keep going down further, we are charging $30 for delivery. So therefore the total amount is 127.75. Okay? So that's what his expected amount is going to be due. Okay? Okay? So this is just a simple sales order. No transaction is done, but when is it subject to be done? When is it going to be delivered?
June 20th.
June 20th. And we're expected 50% COD. Okay? So there's a lot of things that we're expecting when we actually complete this sale. So we are done here with that. As long as we at least acknowledge that a transaction will happen, right? Okay. So then what happened here?
Put in a purchase order.
Yes, we are going to be doing another purchase order here because what are we buying?
Coffee.
We're buying coffee. So in this case, another purchase order needs to be submitted. Okay. Who are we buying this from?
Atlas Coffee Importers.
For coffee in the amount of
$370.
right. Once again, does this transaction need to be journalized?
No.
No, because we're just simply ordering stuff. Okay. So back to the journal. All right, now we finally have our grand opening sales. Now, before anything, let me tell you this. Let me see. We do not have enough space in our journal. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, because this transaction is going to have a lot, right? Not only do we need to itemize our sales. Oh, wait, hold on, let me see.
No, we don't have enough because I had to go next sheet.
Okay, so what I like to do is I don't like to break my transaction in half. What I want you to do is I want you to practice doing this because this is also what you normally would do if you were doing a manual cut type of book. I need you to draw a line in between so then there's no room for anyone to squeeze in a transaction here, right? Because anybody can come into your books and then they can just write in that they received a check from you, whatever. There's many possibilities of having fraud on here. All right, so what I want you to do is to prevent the fraud is to draw a line between this empty spaces and the empty cells here. So what I like to do is I like to go up to insert. All right, go to illustrations, and I like to go to shapes and pick any line from there. And I would go from the very top of the date all the way to the very bottom cell of the credit. And how you want the thickness of the lines, you can determine that as well. So I want this one. Actually, I want it thicker than that. So I may want to choose something like this so that it's pretty visible. This, once again, when you guys learn about what you can do with Excel, you can actually protect your sheets. Meaning, from here, if I were to protect my sheet, that means no one can enter anything in here. All right, it allows you to block off the cells and lock them off so that when you do submit this to other people, they can't have a possibility of entering in any transaction inside these cells either. But once again, this is just a safety measurement, just so that you know for yourself that you're trying to prevent any transactions from people like sneaking in there. So again, anybody else that looks at your books. Okay. Now, of course, I'm not going to protect my sheet just yet. Usually that doesn't happen unless you're sending it to somebody between the time, or if you're what do you call it, done with the project, then you could lock it up however you like. But I'm not going to lock it up now just because I'm still using this file. So I'm going to keep it going. So now that I drew my line, I am now going to be moving on to journal number 7. And then I'm going to start from here, this exact transaction for my sales that I had for my grand opening. So once again, we're going to place the date and what...
Checking.
Good. Well, what are we going to have here?
Checking and sales discount for your debits.
Good.
Then for your credits, you're going to have sales medium regular coffee,
Okay.
sales large regular coffee,
Okay.
sales medium supreme coffee,
Good.
sales large supreme coffee,
Good.
and you also have sales ceramic coffee mugs because we sold some of those,
Okay.
and sales tax payable.
Good. So here, what I'm going to do is, because the great thing about having Excel is you're able to copy and paste to
Yep.
save you some extra time and extra things, right? You do have the capabilities to do so. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Instead of having to type out every single thing, I'm going to go and find the transaction that we just did on the 17, and I'm going to click and highlight not only the cells, right? I'm going to click everything on here that I need for this transaction. Only the account numbers, which is a PR, and the accounts itself. But I also have to remember I need to also enter in one more because we also have a sales of ceramic coffee mugs. So right here, when I paste it in, it copies everything that I wrote from that previous journal. Okay? And I didn't copy the sales tax payable just because I know I have to enter in one more thing. I need to enter in my sales for my ceramic coffee mugs because I sold some.
4150. Then your sales tax payable.
And then my sales tax payable. Okay, so that's the beauty of Excel, and that's exactly why we are using Excel for this class, is because of how quick and easy it is to go ahead and copy and paste a transaction that we've seen and done before. It saves you extra time instead of typing everything out and having to look up all of those account numbers once again. So here, now I finished the meat of my journal. Now all I have to do is enter in my description as well as my account numbers, or my details on my sales. Okay.
The description I put was grand opening, 20% in-store sales discount.
Okay. Oh, in-store sales. Okay.
80727 for your checking.
Oop.
18644 for sales discount. Then 16119 for medium regular coffee on the right. 23621. 20667.
Oops. 20667.
Yes. $286.18, $41.94, and then $61.52.
Okay. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that both my debits and credits match on both sides. Oops. Awesome. So I got 993.71 on both sides. Okay. Good. All right. And that's how we use Excel to go ahead and make our accounting a lot more easier. Okay.
Now, our next step would be go to the general ledger. I would start with at the top with checking.
So we're going to go to general ledger. Come on, give a couple minutes in case people are still doing this part. It's honestly a lot more easier if you do have a separate mouse instead of using a mouse trackpad, because it's a little harder to hold the key down. So if you are using a laptop or a computer, it might be a lot easier if you're having like the actual physical mouse to be able to copy and paste all this. If you know how to do the keyboard trick, that's even better. Okay.
There's a keyboard trick.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm going to look that up.
It's so let's say I want to copy and paste this, right? Instead of having to click and drag, you can you see how I'm moving up and down my keyboard right now?
Uh-huh.
If I click shift, I can highlight the whole thing and just use my mouse or my arrow keys to tell me what I want to do, and then I can go left if I want this. And then I just do Control C, go all the way down to where I need to go and paste, and it will work exactly the same instead of using the mouse itself. But that's just...
I did something like that yesterday, and I stopped and I'm looking. I'm like, what did I just do? And my hand must have hit the one button when I hit the arrow key. And so I just escaped out of it. But now that makes sense what I saw yesterday, what you just showed me. I must have, okay.
That's usually the keys, like you hold your shift button and it should be able to click and select whatever cells that you would like to copy. And that way you don't have to use your mouse. If you don't have a mouse and you're using a mouse trackpad, that's just another shortcut that you could use too. So is everyone else okay? Everyone caught up?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So then now we could go ahead and go to our ledger. So checking.
Yes. Australian store sales, GJ7, and debit for 807.27. Which brings my balance to 1418 and 63 cents.
Awesome.
Then you want to go to sales discounts.
So revenues.
Yes. Yeah, I believe it's down towards the bottom. Grand opening 20% store discount, GJ7, and a debit for 186.44.
Okay, so this one you're gonna need to do the formula if you haven't done so yet. So you take your previous balance of your 172.27. You're gonna add any debits and subtract any credits to get you a total running balance of 358.71. So once again, as you can see the table, there's a lot of sales discounts that we'll be looking into. So I'm just going to copy the formula all the way down to the rest of the cells. Okay, so let me see. Sales. Sales for the medium coffee.
Line 76.
How many cups did we sell?
81.
We sold 81 cups. Okay.
TJ7. And a credit for 161.19.
So once again, all of these are going to be, since they're credit, it's going to be the same formula, except you have to make sure that you select the correct ones. So in this case, because we're dealing with a credit, right, we need to go up one, all right, plus any credits minus any debits. Okay, so in this case, context-wise, it's up one, plus left two minus left three. Okay. So once again, that's the previous balance, add any credits, subtract any debits to give you a running balance of 318.40. Again, if you format your cells accordingly, they should be reflecting. If not, you go ahead and take the time to do it as you go. That's what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is, instead of dragging them all the way down, actually, you know what? I'll just do it for this class. And hopefully you guys get the same answers as me. There we go. All right. Moving on to the next one. How many cups did I sell?
79. Uh, 236.21 in the credit.
Oops. There you go. Giving you a running balance of
445.51.
good. Mm-hmm.
EDM was 83 cups. At 206.67. Should give you a running balance of 408.36.
$408.36. Good. All right.
We sold 82 cups to the Lord Supreme.
Oops. 86, 82, 86. Sorry.
82.
82
sorry.
cups.
for 286.18.
2 8 2
Should give
8.
us running. Yeah, 286.18. Running balance should be 579.34. And then we'll need to go up to the ceramic coffee cups.
Okay. How many did we sell?
20? Oh, no, wait, 6. Credit for 41.94.
Okay, just make sure. Okay, good.
Now let's see. Need to go to sales tax payable.
Okay.
Get on.
Here you go. Sales tax payable.
618. JG7. Credit for 61.52.
Okay. Running balance.
118.37.
118.37. Oops.
Now we have to update our inventory.
Okay. One more thing you have to do before this.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, we got deposit
Deposit.
money.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Deposits. So how much money did we receive?
807.27.
807.27. Good. And since I usually tell you, usually the sales are totaled up at the end of the day. So we're going to deposit that very same day. Okay. For 807.27. All right. Okay. Let's see what the journal says here. So deposit the money to the bank. We just did that. So then we need to update our inventory. So how many pounds of each one do we use?
13.5 of regular coffee and 14 of the Supreme coffee.
All right, inventory worksheet. Okay. So at what cost per item am I going to use?
Get over there. Let's see. Okay, we are on regular coffee. So let's see. Hold on, I gotta look at the. You're gonna use the 1.60947.
Okay.
Total should be 2173.
$21.73. Okay. Go ahead and update your inventory right now.
Yep.
So how much should be your new quantity?
224.
All right. And your new total?
1.60946. Oh, the total. Wait, I gotta move over. Um, 360.52.
Good. 360.52. So
Yep, that's all
here,
good.
yep. So therefore, it changed my amount by 10,000th of a penny. Okay.
And then while I'm on this sheet, I just went to the Supreme Coffee and updated it before going back to my ledger.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I usually do too. So 224 left at 360.52. So Supreme Coffee.
Let's see. 14 pounds at 1.80000.
Yes, because we're using FIFO.
Yes. And we're taking out the first batch, so it should give us 2520.
2520.
Yes.
Right.
And these figures I can't give you because I'm a little further.
Okay. So if I start with 111 and I sold 14, how much should be remaining?
What, 97, I think?
Yes. Okay. So here you should have a total ending balance in your Supreme Coffee to reflect as 403.10. Okay. So there we have it. We solved for regular, we solved for Supreme. So how do we journalize it to reflect in our books?
We go to the cost of goods sold.
On where?
I'm getting there. So we're going to start with regular.
Hold on, so I put a message in here. Okay. Just know that if you ever need to catch up, there's videos, and then you can always stop and ask us what you want. Okay. Okay. So where are we going?
Oh, okay. Well, okay, yeah, I guess we could go back to the journal. All about that.
No worries.
So what I did was, now that I had my figures, I went back in to the general journal,
Okay.
618,
Okay.
and I did cost of goods sold regular coffee, cost of goods sold Supreme Coffee. Then my credits would be regular coffee and Supreme Coffee with a note saying in-store use. And that's what I did.
Good. Nope, that's right. There you go.
And then your regular coffee amount in under cost of goods debit will be 21.73. The other will be 25.20. And then you'll use those same amounts in the credit for regular and supreme coffee.
Good.
And there must be a high-speed chase up my highway again because there's a bunch of sirens.
No worries. I can't hear it, so.
Oh, okay, I thought maybe it's good, so I just thought I'd chime in with that because it sounded like it was outside my door.
I heard
Okay.
it a little bit, but it wasn't bad.
Yep. Okay, so here you go. We journalized the sales, so here we're journalizing the cost of goods sold. So now we need to update our ledger.
Yes.
Okay, to reflect what our values should reflect in our inventory worksheet. So here we are, cost of goods sold section. Cost of goods sold regular coffee. Oops. We use 13.5 pounds.
For 21.73, GJ7.
Okay, so here once again, we need to enter in our formula. So this is on the debit side. So here we're gonna go up 1, left 2, left 1. So that's adding any debits and subtracting any credits, because in this case, we should have a normal debit balance because we're dealing with an expense. So in this case, I should have a total of
43.73.
43.
41.
Or 41.71. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Good. Okay. So that's for the cogs for the regular coffee. So now we have to update our supreme coffee too. How many pounds did we use?
14.
Oh, there we go. $25.20.
Yep. It should give us running balance of 50.40.
Good. 50.40. Okay. All right. Here there is regular coffee.
Yep. I put use 13.5 pounds at GJ7. And credit of 21.76.
70. I think it was 73, no?
Oh, wait a minute. Why do I keep, that's for, okay, I had to correct it. I must have fat fingered it last night.
All right, no worries, because the 3 and the 6 are they're close to each other on the number keypad, of course. Let's double check our areas though, for just in case. So on my journal, I have it at 73. Let's see, on my inventory worksheet, I have it 73. And then let's see, where else did I place it? In my ledger. Ledger.
21.73, yep, good there.
21.73, good. Okay, so here I am, 21.73. So what's my running balance?
360.52.
which is exactly what we solved in our inventory worksheet. So once again, these is where you're comparing your worksheets for, okay? Your ledger will always be true because you're always entering in rounded numbers. Whereas your inventory worksheet, you're working with unrounded numbers. So you may be off a penny. And where you would find it would be in your inventory worksheet, okay? Not on your ledger. Your ledger should pose as true. Okay, so here that's where I can confirm if I'm doing my calculations correctly, but also to compare and contrast, like do they match? Okay, so in this case they do. Okay. So now
Regular coffee
Supreme Coffee
or spring coffee.
618.
18. Used 14 pounds. GJ7. And a credit for 25.20.
Okay.
Should give you 336.10.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute, hold it. I am. What? Let me see here. I'm looking at yours to see if I made a.
You could have put one of those areas in the wrong area. You said 336?
Yeah.
So most likely you probably put the 32.25 on the credit side.
No, it's over. Let's see. 225, 199.80. That's showing 329.05.
Where?
Let me drag this formula back down. Wait a minute, hold it. Can you go back to the spring coffee? I think I see my mistake. 196.25.
You fat finger a number?
Okay, now I'm at 428.30. Yeah, okay. I transposed two numbers in the debit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So here it is. So here, I've already confirmed that in my Supreme Coffee, I should have 403.10 left remaining. And that's exactly what I have here, 403.10. So there you go. That is where your checking point on making sure that your debits match your credits, but also that your inventory worksheet matches your ledger. Or your ledger matches your inventory worksheet, excuse me. No, wait, that was right. Your inventory worksheet matches your ledger. Okay. So there we have it, 403.10. And that's it for that transaction. Okay. All right. So there we have it. We finished completing the day. And we successfully journalized all of our sales. We updated our inventory. So then now we can finally move on to the very next day. Right. Let me pull this up real quick. All right, so now we are officially on the 19th of June, Wednesday. And what happened here?
Boom, we delivered some stuff.
We finally delivered some stuff, yes.
Go, Albert.
Yeah,
Okay.
about time. But we still didn't get paid. We sent an invoice.
Right. Okay, so there's a few little details that we have here. So what is let's go ahead and read what the scenario happened here. So we delivered to, who did we deliver to?
Katie's Coffee.
Katie's Coffee Corner. And what invoice number?
101.
All right, do we give them terms?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
So instead of checking, we're going to have accounts payable.
Okay, not accounts payable.
I mean,
No, checking and accounts receivable, wouldn't it be?
no, accounts receivable, because she ain't give us the money yet.
Well, let's keep reading. Katie did give us a check.
Yes.
Oh, okay, my fault. Yeah.
So it would be checking accounts receivable to start with for our debits.
Good. Okay, so here, because our terms was that she had to require a 50% deposit, and then the rest of the bill is due in 5 days. Here, that's what the terms was, and that's something that you had to keep aware of. So that means we had to receive money. Now, if you look at carefully at our invoice too, it even shows that there was a COD, okay, of $109. But where did that money come from? Well, here's Katie writing us a check number 412. So here we did receive some cash, but at the same time, she still owes us money. So in this case, we do need to use two accounts. We're going to reflect one of us receiving the money, and the second one is going to be us of her owing us money. So in this case, we are using both. So it's the 19th. So we are going to be doing checking.
And that's 10,100. Accounts receivable is 1,100, 11,000.
Okay.
And then we'll do sales, regular coffee.
Okay, so now we have to itemize exactly what is going on here. So we're recording the sales.
Then you have sales, Supreme Coffee.
Good, because in this case, we're recording based on the pounds of coffee we sold instead of doing individual cups, because this is, once again, we're acting as a wholesaler as well.
And then sales, ceramic coffee mugs.
And we also sold some coffee mugs.
And then last but not least, delivery income.
And yes, we also we also charge them for delivery income. Good.
And then let's see, the regular coffee is 450.
Oops.
40.
Good.
Then 4,100, 4,150, and then delivery income is 48,000.
Okay. Excellent. So let's plug in our numbers first, and then we'll do the description afterwards. So first things first.
Checking is 109.53 in the left.
Okay.
Accounts receivable is 109.52.
Okay.
Then your regular coffee will be 49.35. Then 39.90. Then 99.80. And then 30.
Okay. So once again, double confirm that your debits do match your credits, just in case you fat fingered anything here. Okay, so I get 219.05 on one side, 219.05 on the other. Okay. So good, we're good to go here. Okay.
And then
Hold
for
up a
my
second.
description, I put
Hold on, Felipe, what did you say?
Oh no, I'm keeping up. You put in the description. I'm catching up.
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
uh,
Alan.
I put Katie's corner or coffee corner.
Good.
I put the invoice number 101. I put in her check number 412.
Okay.
And then I put in the terms of 50% COD net 5.
Okay, let's see. Invoice 101, Katie's Coffee Corner, 50% COD, check number 412.
Now I go to the general ledger.
Good.
I started with checking. I just put in for my description check number 412 because my post reference JG7 will tell me what. And then a debit for 109.53. That should give you a balance of 1528.16.
Good.
Then I went to my accounts receivable.
I'm just going to add just this just in case. Okay. Accounts receivable is here, our very first one.
June 19th, ain't it?
Yes.
What did you want to put in the note?
No, you have the wrong date.
The date's June 19th.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. June 19. Okay.
The note I just put Katie's Corner, Coffee Corner, 50% COD net 5, invoice 101.
Okay, I think, okay, that's good enough. The invoice itself is good enough because we can look up the information through Albert. Okay.
Then post reference JG7, debit of 109.52.
Okay. 109.52. $109.52 on the balance.
Then I went to sales.
Revenues. Okay. So this is, once again, this is us selling the pounds of coffee, so they're separate. So how many pounds did you sell?
15. And I just put invoice 101 and JG7 for the post reference.
Okay.
And a credit for 49.35.
$49.35.
Yeah. And down to Supreme Coffee. Yeah, sold 10 pounds. Yeah, credit is $39.90.
Okay, $39.90. So
And then I went to the ceramic coffee mugs. This time you sold 20 mugs. GJ7 and a credit for $99.80.
once again, you gotta do your formula. Okay, for the credits, you're gonna add your credits, subtract your debits.
141.74. Yep. And after that, you want to go to delivery income. I put 619. I just put invoice 101. GJ7 and a credit for $30.
Oops, went a little too far there. There you go. Okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
Wholesalers, no tax?
No tax. Most wholesale. Usually, if you are a wholesaler to a relationship, if you're the wholesaler, you don't have to. You're not subject to charge small businesses tax unless you feel like it. Okay, but most cases, a lot of businesses, if you've ever been, they do tax exempt you because you are a business. You are, in other sense, going to be charging your customers tax regardless. So that's the notion of when you do it as for a kind of wholesaler type of ordeal relationship. They usually sell you the items at almost at cost.
I would take my tax exempt sheet to a dealership if we were dealing with a new dealer. And this way, then they had our information for next time. Plus, then that way, then they could not charge us the tax.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. You can't like keep taxing on the same item.
Some places can, yes, you can. So, for example, Costco, right? They used to have for all small businesses that have a Costco card, they get tax exempt now. Since Costco is not only for all businesses, it's for to the general public. So they started implementing tax over throughout everybody. So even if you are a business, they'll tax you too.
Oh,
Yep. Um, but
Now,
go ahead.
if I'm a business and say I go to Costco and buy stuff for my business, and I know they charge me tax now, can't I like not write that tax off, but can't I claim it that I've already paid it once?
no, because that's the total cost of the thing you purchase.
Correct. It's going to be applied to whatever your item is. So you can essentially charge your customers to kind of reimburse you for that
That's
tax.
kind of what I was. That's kind of what I meant. Like, because I know you can't like write off taxes,
No,
and I
you
know
can't.
you can't. I know if you buy something like that, you can't just like say, "Oh, well, I paid tax on it." But that's what I meant is how you would recoup that, and yeah, I guess you would put it in your total cost and put that cost towards your customer. So that makes
Correct.
sense.
Yes, correct. So, but most cases, usually a lot of vendors to kind of relate, like if you are a wholesaler or if you're just even buying it from the merchandising or from the manufacturing place itself instead of going to a wholesaler, you can actually for that for sure that's a guaranteed sale tax exempt because you're buying it from the manufacturing place directly versus going through a wholesaler. Okay, because a lot of wholesalers nowadays they start because like they make it available to the public, they have to charge tax no matter what. It's now I don't know how why they did that, but apparently, even manufacturings too, they sell directly to the public as well. But once again, if you are potentially charging those tax, you would just basically up your price, your selling price when you sell it out to someone else. All
So
right.
so next we would go to our subsidiary ledger
Subsidiary ledger.
under customers to Katie's Coffee Corner.
Okay, we could do that. Oh, we already finished the ledger. Customers, Katie's Coffee Corner. So customers, Katie should be the second one here. Okay.
Date 6/19.
Date 6/19. Oh, there it is. 6/19.
I just put for a quick note, regular coffee 15 pound, this green coffee 10 pound, and the ceramic coffee mug 20 each. Delivery 30 and check 412 under
Okay.
my description.
You can put your sales order number in there too, if you'd like. But once again, we're not in charge of that. Mr. Allen is. Or, yeah, Mr. Allen is.
You mean Albert?
Albert Allen. Yes, Mr.
Oh,
Allen.
okay.
Yes. Not you, Allen, but the other Allen. Yes, Mr. Allen. Albert Allen.
Because I've
Yes.
been drinking the coffee.
So he's in charge of that. So anything that has to do with descriptions, that's good. That's good if you'd like to put that in there. I'm just gonna make sure that the one thing that I have is that they paid their 50%.
Okay. So it is going to be 50% COD.
Yes. Right. Invoice number.
101. And post reference GJ7. The terms are 50% COD net 5.
In this case, you could just put net 5 because we already indicated that they paid 50% COD. So in that case, there's no discount due date. However, when is it going to be due?
24th.
24th. Good.
And then under sales, I put 219.05. I put a payment of 109.53. This gives me a balance of 109.52.
Okay, so formula once again is, so this is because we're looking at this. The formula is the same except the different columns, okay? So this one is going to be your sales, right? Subtract any advance payments, subtract any sales returns, subtract any discounts, subtract any payments. Okay, that's just a slight difference. It's just the titles. But everything else is, the formula wise, is the same. You start off with somewhere and you just subtract out everything. So here should reflect that Katie still owes you $109.52. And that's exactly what the invoice billing amount is. So this is how I want you to use it. And because she paid at time of purchase or at time of delivery, right? We have to recognize what her total amount was, and then we accept her check. Okay? So there it is, and that's the total amount that she owes us. Okay? Excellent. No discounts. So whatever she pays, so no discounts there. Okay? Excellent.
Then I went over and I filled in the information under Albert's commission also.
Excellent. So commissions with Albert, right? Here we have a date. We delivered this on June 19, okay? And we have an invoice number, right? Because we invoiced her. And this time, because the sale has been done, it's been complete, we could go ahead and validate that we could go ahead and calculate the 10%. So in this case, so he gets $21.90. And here on your total commissions is going to be your running balance for how much you owe Albert. So in this case, that was the very first sale. So therefore, we owe Albert $21.91 for this service or for this sale. Okay? So once again, it's just like how we do accrual, right? He completed the sale. He sold the items. It's done, regardless whether the customer paid or not. Okay? And what we owe him is 10% of the sales. So there, it's going to be the whole entire sales. Okay? And then there you have it. All right, what's next?
Let's see. Bring up. Let's see. Now I gotta do the since we sold regular Supreme coffee, we gotta do our cost of goods sold.
Okay, there's one more thing we need to do.
Oh wait, okay, hold on.
Is it the customers list?
We
Did that already.
we just did the customer list. Yes, we updated Katie.
Oh, let's see.
Inventory?
Okay, there's one more before inventory. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Did we receive anything from Katie?
Oh, the check.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is what I normally in a real business scenario, you would never take more than one trip to the bank for any reason. You would never have to take 5, 6, 7 trips to the bank when you can just make it all easy and just do it at one time of the day. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys. What I do want you to recognize though is you received the money. So that's where I'm going to have the total receipts here. So the check that I received was for $109.53. And And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here until I wait till the very end of the day. Then I deposit all at once, okay? Because that should be how normal businesses do. But for any reason that, let's say you do end up receiving multiple checks throughout the day and you have to go into the bank to go ahead and, pass through it, then yes, you can make as many multiple trips to the bank as necessary. But there's only 3 of you. There's only Bob, Irene, and Alan. Now, if there's only 3 of you and Bob is supposed to be the one that's making the coffee and Irene's supposed to be taking care of the cash register, and then you have Alan on the phones over there, when do you think should be the ideal time to go to the bank? Okay, we don't work for Mr. Bob. We're just looking at his example of how to run a business. That's all we're doing. We're not on his payroll. We're just interning. Okay? So that's where we're going to make sure that at least by the end of the day, you're going to deposit everything that you've collected, all your checks, all the cash at the end of the day. So in this case, my end of the day is when I complete my sales and receive all my cash and go to the bank. So in this case, I just need to make a note here that I received the check. Okay? All right? And then now, yes, we can now go to inventory. Okay? So here in my scenario, I don't tell you to go to inventory. However, how do we know how much we got rid of?
To update our inventory.
Right, but how? How do you know to update your inventory?
Well, I sold something, so I have to adjust it since it's perpetual.
Correct. So in this case, how many pounds of regular coffee did I sell and how many pounds of Supreme coffee did I sell?
15 and 10.
15 and 10. So there we have it. It's pretty, it's a hidden one that you're going to have to pick up through the scenario, saying, well, I got rid of 15 pounds of the regular coffee and 10 pounds of the Supreme coffee. So in this case, that's exactly what we're going to do. So here,
619.
619, we sold 15 pounds.
Cost per item will be the 1.60946. Should give you 2414.
Okay.
And then you update your inventory on hand. Quantity should be 209. Your total should come to 336.38 with a new cost per item of 1.60947.
So it jumped right back up by 1/10,000th of a penny. Okay.
Then I moved over to the Supreme Coffee. 619. 10 pounds. 1.8 cost per item, which gives you a total cost of $18. Then I updated my inventory.
Hold on, I don't know if I selected the right one. I don't think I did. Let me reselect that again. Which gives you a total of 18.
And then again, I can't give you these figures right now.
So 97 minus 10
Yes.
is 97 minus 10, 87.
87.
Good. So therefore, I should have a grand total of 38510 left remaining. Okay.
Then I went back to the general journal. I put in my cost of goods sold, regular coffee, cost of goods sold, supreme coffee, regular coffee, supreme coffee. In the debit, you should have 24.14 for COGS regular coffee.
24.14, you said? Okay.
Yes. And then 18 for the supreme coffee.
Okay.
I just put a note just saying invoice 101, just so I know why I did it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Now we have to update our general ledger.
Mm-hmm. So, COGS. All right. How many pounds did we sell?
15,
Sold 15 pounds.
GJ7 for 24.14 in the debit.
All right.
Running balance of 65.87. Then the supreme coffee, 619, 10 pounds. GJ7 for 18 in the debit.
Oh, right. Sorry. Sold 10 pounds.
Yes.
Running balance.
68.40. Yep. That looks good.
Okay.
Then we need to go to our assets.
We got to update our inventory.
Yes.
So, let's see. We are regular coffee.
Yep. Should be 619. I put sold 15 pounds, invoice 101. GJ7 and credited 24.14. We should give you 336.38.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then
Which should match your inventory worksheet. So make sure that you know that.
yes.
So I'm gonna confirm.
Can you hang on just a sec?
Mm-hmm. 336838. What happened?
Oh, I was on regular coffee.
Yep, we're on regular coffee.
There we go. Okay. I thought I got it. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then we'll go to Supreme Coffee. 10 pounds, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
10 pounds. Mm-hmm.
Yep, for their $18. Yep, should give us 385.10.
It's exactly what we solved in our inventory worksheet. Okay. Excellent. So we got to go through the subsidiary ledger with our customer and we updated the commissions. So good here. We just updated our inventory on both ends, right? Ledger and inventory worksheet. Good. So that's it for that transaction. So what I'm gonna actually do is let's stop here for those who needs to catch up, but let's go ahead and take a break real quick. So right now it is going to be I'm going to round to 2:55. I'm going to go ahead and say, let me see what's 20 minutes from now from 55.
3:15.
3:15. All right, go ahead and please be back by 3:15.